What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Business Choreography Podcast. Today, we are going to talk about one of the fastest ways to grow and scale your business. And this is directly from Russell Brunson, who has an incredible software business. And we'll dig into that a little bit more and read through his quote. But we are talking about the Dream 100 and an incredible way to scale your business. So we'll cue the theme song and then we'll jump into this episode.
Listen, there's a lot to learn when growing and scaling your business.
That's why we created the Business Choreography Podcast, where we talk about choreographing your marketing, operations, and sales into dynamic systems that increase your revenue and your impact.
We'll explore solid business principles and discuss all things that make businesses dance to success with clarity.
We'll help you figure out where the holes are in your business and what you can do to fix them. Think of us as your official business choreographers, aka your insider growth strategists.
Remember, your choreography matters. Welcome to the Business Choreography Podcast.
All righty, let's do it. We've got some Dream 100 today, and I want to start out with this and talking about the Dream 100 book. Shout out to Dana Derricks, who isn't the creator of the Dream 100, but he just leaned in and really made that his thing. And you should definitely go and check out his book, Dream 100 book. And I just want to read this forward from Russell Brunson because it's gold. Like I can't say it better. So I wanted to read this and get you guys started with that. So the first paragraph says, as the CEO and co-founder of the fastest growing non-VC backed software company in history, hitting 9 figures in under 3 years, it would seem difficult to narrow down the one thing that has really propelled us to where we are more than anything else. But it's not. It's the Dream 100. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And first, we got to talk about what is the Dream 100, because I'm throwing out this word, right? What is Dream 100? Well, what does that mean? Some people know what it is, and some people have no clue. So we want to dig into what the Dream 100 is, and I'll let Michael go ahead and talk about that.
I love this concept, and it is such a cool thing. It was developed and maybe originally brought to light by the late, great Chet Holmes, and that's an incredible book. If you haven't picked it up and read it, it is the ultimate sales machine. And there are lots of things in it. I mean, there's just the title is almost one that doesn't give it justice, because one thing in there was about the Dream 100. That was one thing in this incredible book. And as Lexi said, Dana took it and ran with it and really just expanded it and really championed the cause. But in so many instances and in so many ways, this idea has served so many companies, so many small businesses, so many large businesses, and it's pretty simple in its concept and pretty can get pretty complex when you get in and really hammer it home. So what is it? It is that you pick 100 of the people that have your people. Those of you watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, right? If you're watching that video, you'll see that we have people behind us in our background today. That's because they're our Dream 100, right? Okay, that was my idea for the day. But the idea is that you find 100 people that have your people, which means you need to know.
That's not how it started, though. It did start with your Dream 100 clients, right?
Well, actually, with Chet, he went after he was trying to do a magazine, helping a company that was selling a magazine, and he went to all of the people that had the people that they were selling to. And so it originally started off like that. And then you can use it to go after clients. You can use it to go out directly, or you can use it to go after the people that have your clients and have it a tier removed. And there are so many cool things that came from this idea and this concept and this developing idea. And part of the reason this is so valuable is because if you go after a client directly, that's great. You're going to put a lot of effort. You're going to put a lot of work into getting that client. You've got to make sure your messaging is good, which you have to do no matter what. But if you go after one person that has 20 of those clients that you need, and you go after that one person, now they actually put you in front of those 20 clients and your odds just went up. Not to mention the fact that you get credibility, which is huge. You get massive credibility. And that is so incredibly valuable. I mean, it has made such a huge difference for us in our business. It has made a big difference in so many people's businesses before. And there are so many creative ways to deal with it. We'll tell you about some of the fun little creative ways that have been done to us, and we'll tell you about some of the creative ways we've done as well. We might even talk about some stuff that we're doing now. So we've got a lot of different ways to talk about the Dream 100. What was first up on our list here, besides describing the basic concept of using a Dream 100 list?
The next thing that I wanted to dig into is why it was the one thing that propelled ClickFunnels specifically. And so, as you read through Dana's book, he talks about it as, Chet kind of took it and went, we're going to go to individuals, right? And then Russell came in and he blew it up and said, I'm going to go to the people who have my people. And that's how ClickFunnels was built. It was built by going after the people who had the audience of people who he wanted to be talking to. And so Russell's built tons of different Dream 100 campaigns. One of his most popular is one that he shared when he was talking at one of Bill Glazer's events, which Bill is one of the greats in the marketing world. And he talked about this Dream 100 campaign that he ran specifically for his book. And he sent all of his people, for the first thing that he did is he sent all of his people a book, and it had no words in it. Right? It had 0 words in it, but he was just getting the hype going, right? He was getting the hype going. And then from there, he actually sent them the book with the words. And he just kept doing cool things like that to get people on board, with the ultimate goal of them telling their people about his new book, right? And then ultimately telling them about ClickFunnels. And so Russell's done a bunch of different Dream 100 campaigns. And as he said in this foreword for Dana's book, it is the thing that he can look at all of the different marketing strategies that they've run, and they've run a lot. If you know ClickFunnels and you know Russell, well, they've run a lot of different campaigns, and he can look at it and go, Dream 100. Dream 100 was the thing that helped us grow the fastest, because instead of going directly after the customer, and that's going to take a ton of work, right? It's going to take a ton of work to go directly after that customer. Instead, you do all of the work to go after the individual who has so many people that you can be talking to. And the cool part about doing that is they've already gained credibility with those people. And so if they come in and they bring you into the mix as well, it's a really cool thing that can happen, because they're going, I like this person, right? And they already have the rapport with their people, and they're going, I like you as well, and you should get their stuff. And you're going to have a much higher close rate in that situation for whatever it is you're selling. If it's a high ticket deal, awesome. If it's a low ticket deal, awesome. It just depends on the thing that you're selling. And so when you look at why is it the one thing that propelled them, it's because they weren't going after the one individual. They were going after the one individual with hundreds or thousands of people that would allow them to grow so much faster. Michael, anything you want to add to that?
It's incredible what can be done with the Dream 100 list. I mean, you can have affiliates, which essentially are your Dream 100 partners, that come
Right.
back in, and they can promote something that you're launching or starting off new, or trying to get promoted, or they can be your way to get in and test a product or a new service that you're doing. And you go to maybe a few of your trusted Dream 100 partners, maybe in your network that you know trust you and are going to talk you up, and it's a good place, a good playground to try to bring out your new thing. This is a great way to do it. There have been so many cool things that come from it. You can have contests with your partners, and those contests help drive all sorts of additional revenue and sales. And so it's really cool. I mean, just some really neat things. We've participated in a few contests along the way, being affiliates for other people. But one of my favorites, and we weren't in the running by any means, way, shape, or form, but we were part of it. So you get to see what was going on. There was a leaderboard, and the leaderboard showed how much any of the affiliates were selling and supporting the main event. And when it came down to the end, it looked like you could see kind of who the top 3 or 4 were going to be. And then lo and behold, 2 days before the end of that whole competition, one person, one very famous person that happened to be in the affiliate Dream 100 list, who hadn't done any promoting, he hadn't done anything at all. He sent out one email to his list. This was a very famous guy. He was a very big guy. He sent out one email to his list 2 days before the contest was over, and ended up placing second in the entire affiliate contest. That's how powerful it is, because he came in, and 2 days before the whole thing was over, he told his audience about it, and his audience went, yes, we need that, we want that. And that is some serious power behind the Dream 100. And it was, there wasn't much you could do about it, because you just looked at it and you went, well, yeah, his list is absolutely massive. And so there's some really cool things. And that was just by having a cool contest or playing around with it. Once you have some established Dream 100 partners and affiliates later on down the line.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of creative things that you can do with the Dream 100 and how you're going to get those people on board to promote the specific thing that you're wanting to do. With some of your Dream 100, you may be looking at a 10-year play to get them on board, right? You may be looking at something that's way bigger to get them on board to promote something that you have. And with some of your affiliates or your Dream 100 list, it could be a very short play. And it just depends on the type of affiliate that you have. If you look at Russell, he tried to Dream 100 Tony Robbins for 10 years. But when he got him on board, that was massive, right? That 10 years was worth it, because he got him on board, and now Tony sends one email for him, and that's a big deal, right? That's
Sure.
going to get a lot of people on board to use ClickFunnels or to buy his book or to buy his other offers that he has. And there's just, some people send gifts, some people just send messages, some people have a series of messages that they send out. There's just different things that you can do. And so now we can look at it and go, how can you utilize it in your business? Well, let's start with a few ways that we've utilized it, and then you can start to look at it and go, okay, what could I do, right? And no matter what, the first thing that you have to do is you've got to make a list of your Dream 100. Who are the people who have your people? Who are the people that are complementary to your service? That if you told them about your product and they came in and they promoted it, it wouldn't be a competition. It would just be a benefit to everyone, right? And that's the cool part about Dream 100 is it's such a win-win situation. So definitely the first thing that you have to do is you have to create your Dream 100 list. So we can talk about a few campaigns that we've run, and something we're doing right now. We're literally just starting it, so we have no results on it. We don't know how it's going to work yet, but it's fun to be setting it up. So I guess we can start with we sent all of the Magic for Life things.
Yeah, for sure. If you guys are watching on video, I'll pull this out here. This is for one of our companies. This is the logo. It's a pretty cool logo, and we had them made almost like a
3D
little,
printed.
yeah, we had them 3D printed. Pretty cool logo for one of our companies, and we were about to run a challenge, and we decided for that challenge. Wasn't it for the challenge? It was, yeah. It
Yes,
was
for
for
the
the
challenge.
challenge
Yeah.
for that particular a product we were about to do, and so we decided, hey, let's send these out to all of our affiliate partners, people that we've worked with before, and let's get some support to
Our Dream
promote
100.
and launch this. And so we put together a nice message, and we put them in some cute little boxes. In fact, I have one here. They're cool little boxes, right? Can you imagine? We got them branded, right? We made the box nice and kind of cute, right? And then we put the letter inside of it with the cool little trophy kind of thing, right? I don't know what you call it, right? Our cool prism, and we invited them to participate and promote for the challenge, and we offered them a commission. Hey, if you do this and you introduce us to your audience, we'll give you a commission for everybody that signs up and everybody that joins, and you got this cool gift, and it's something memorable, and it was clever, right? And so that went out to a lot of people. I don't remember how many. It
I
was
don't
a lot.
remember how many. Yeah.
But pretty cool, right? And then what happens is now they'll say, yeah, let's figure out how to get you in front of our audience. We think that'll be a good promotion. Or, yeah, we're willing to send out an email blast, or come and be on a live show with us, or come join us on our podcast. Lots of people have different channels that they get out to, and now they could actually get in and participate and go, oh yeah, that sounds really cool. Oh, you're going to give us commissions? That's really cool too. Okay, so it was a total win-win for everybody. It was a win for their audience, it was a win for us, and it was a win for them financially as well. And so that's what we like to do. We want to create win-win scenarios, and those are always the best partnerships no matter what. And that's not a Dream 100 concept. That's just, hey, let's be great partners to anybody we work with, make sure that everybody wins every single time.
Right. Yeah, for sure. So that's one campaign that we've run, and that one was specifically with gifts, right? And we actually sent something and did a little bit more of a direct mail type campaign.
Right.
The one that we're about to run, it doesn't have that. And so if you're looking at it and going, I don't want to spend money on anything, well, you can also try one that is without, by just sending messages to those people and setting up a series of messages. And so and utilizing some of the resources that you have. And so we're looking at our next campaign and going, okay, we have a podcast, right? So let's get our people that we want to promote our stuff, and let's get them on the show. And then after we have them on the show, that's when we can have the discussion about partnership opportunities. But we just gave them something massive. We gave them exposure to our list, right, through the podcast. And it's a great way to start a conversation with someone, because it's like, hey, will you come be on my show? We want to tell our audience about you. And most people are going to say yes to that. And so it's a great, hey, let's get in the door. And so that's kind of step one. And that's for all the people that, we're not as connected to, but we want to get connected to. Now, the people that we're already connected to because they've been on our show, and we've had multiple podcasts, and so they've maybe been on one of our shows in the past. And so we're just going to try to just reach out to them directly without a gift, but just sending a message and sending a couple of messages and telling them about our partnership opportunity that we have. That's going to be a serious win-win situation for all parties involved. And so we're going to try and see if what we've already done has been enough connection and enough Dream 100ing in the past, and see if we can just send a message and get that partnership opportunity going. If not, then we have to reevaluate it, right? But for the people that we're not connected to yet, we thought, hey, let's get them on our podcast. They can get to know us and what we do. We can have a conversation with them, and then we can talk about the partnership opportunity. So that's another type of Dream 100 campaign that you can run. And there's lots of different things that people have done. Um, you know, the more money you want to put into it, the more you can send gifts. The less you want to put into it, then maybe you're not sending as many gifts. I
We've
think
seen some extravagant gifts
oh,
for
oh
Dream
my
100.
gosh. Yeah, we've seen some really, really, really extravagant gifts that people are getting. They're like posting it on their social media. I just got this gift. Crazy stuff.
One guy got a flamethrower once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for
Or I
sure.
should say one company sent a flamethrower because
Yeah,
they knew that the person was truly interested.
yeah,
You know, it doesn't do you any good to send any kind of gift to
no,
somebody that they don't like. That doesn't make sense. If they're into baseball and you send them something for wrestling, that doesn't make any sense. But one campaign that was done on us and to us was little, I'll call it crunchy mail. They were putting things in an envelope that made you want to know what was in it, because
yeah,
you felt it and you're like, what is that? And then it was some clever little thing in there that tied to the message or the story in the email,
yeah,
or sorry, I guess it was in the letter.
right.
and and then that campaign in particular that I'm thinking of was maybe, gosh, it was probably 2-month campaign, maybe 3, where you just got different stuff every other week or so, or once a week, and they were really pushing hard to promote their thing. And that one was half to us as a client and half to us as a promoter. And so they were kind of doubling up on how they were using it. So very cool way to utilize that from a direct mail kind of standpoint. I mean, who doesn't like to get fun things in the mail? Everybody does, especially nowadays when you're hardly getting anything fun besides bills and
True.
notices, right? Uh, so it's kind of fun to do something like that.
Yeah, so there's lots of clever things, and so, you know, for you and your business right now, um, make a list of your Dream 100, the ideal people that you would love to do some type of partnership with, and then you can create some type of campaign and start the process of connecting with those people, and then hopefully creating some type of partnership with them where they want to promote your stuff, and then it's just a faster way to grow and scale because you're reaching more people at once. And it's really cool process. And you know, we were reminded of it last week because you know we still get our coaching and our consulting, and so we got on a call, um, and he was like, why don't you do a Dream 100 campaign? We're like, duh, right? Duh. We've got to look at some of those things. And so we thought we would pass on that information to you guys and bring it into a podcast and remind you guys of the power of utilizing your Dream 100 to get people to your products and to your services and to share all of the amazing stuff that you guys are creating. So anything else you want to share, Michael?
Uh, I think I just want to piggyback on what you said. Be creative, but it's not always going to cost a lot of money. Yes,
Yeah.
you can do that, and that kind of leads you back to your marketing numbers. If you haven't listened to our episode about your marketing numbers, you need to go listen to that. But you have to understand your customer acquisition costs. You have to understand your lifetime value of your customer, and you have to understand what you're putting into it, because it still is going to cost you something. But if you can leverage that something by getting a Dream 100 partner to promote you to their list that they've already procured and gained trust from, this is maximizing the leverage that you have.
Yep.
When you go and do direct to a cold audience, that's not as much leverage. You are leveraging speed and time, but you're not necessarily leveraging a created list and trust, and that whole idea that somebody needs to know and know, like, and trust you can
Yep.
be shortcutted by getting in front of somebody else's audience when they say, you should like, know, and trust this person because I do. And now all of a sudden everything goes well. I mean, think about it. We are talking about Dream 100. We are affiliates for Dana, and his Dream 100 book. And we're telling you, you should go get that. You should go get that book. It's an incredible book. He digs into it. It is a super quick read, and it is absolutely worth it. You will not regret it. And it is definitely something you want to have in your library. Now, what kind of know, like, and trust did we just do there? Massive, right? Massive. Because if you guys like us and you trust us, and we just said, hey, you should go and check out his book, then the likelihood is you're going to go check out his book. And now you get into his world, and now he can do his thing, right? And that's the great part about it. Somebody said, what's our link? We'll put it.
It will be in the comments, whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook,
we'll put it in the description.
Listening to it, it will be everywhere. So
I appreciate you asking. But this is it. I mean, like this is the idea. And if there ever was a master at it, Dana is, and he has some incredible systems and processes, and he can shortcut your journey on it big time. But this gives you the concept, and this hopefully gets you excited about it. And yeah, you can do it on your own. There's no doubt about it. And you can definitely go that way. But why try to go through all the hoops yourself? Why not just get in, take a shortcut, get the book? That'll help. And then if he has anything else that you need, then you can go and get it from him. That's awesome too. All right. So that's about it. I just wanted to encourage you guys to be creative and understand the main thing, right? The main concept. Get people's people.
That's it. That's the basic piece of it. Get people's people.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Business Choreography Podcast. If you enjoyed it, make sure to take a screenshot, share it, tag us in it, all that good stuff, so other people can enjoy this episode. And we will see you on the next episode of the podcast. Peace out.
Peace out.
The choreography your business is running can determine whether you can grow and scale to the next level.
It's so easy just to take business day by day, but that can leave you putting out fires and keep you from growing.
Find out how the choreography for your marketing, operations, and sales can raise your revenue and create more impact.
Schedule a growth strategy analysis call with us today.
Go to bizchoreo.com to book your time.